Hello, I'm Jontez and welcome to Life Is Feudal the MMO. In this video I just want to show you a little bit about the game, in particular the pricing, the subscription, character creation and newbie island. So this video will mostly revolve around the start of a new character. Hopefully I'll be able to clear up a few misconceptions you may have heard about the game and also throw in a few tips to help you get started in your new life. I'll be making more in-depth videos of other aspects of the game, so subscribe to keep up to date, and thanks for watching. So let's start at the beginning. What is Life is Feudal? Well, it's a multiplayer sandbox RPG set during the medieval period, developed by Big Box Limited. It has base building, PvP combat, PvE combat, survival, terraforming, guilds and trade. It was released on Steam on the 12th of Jan 2018 and is currently still in early access. According to the Steam page, the full version of Life is Feudal will be feature complete with ships, basic naval warfare, advanced AI, hostile NPC encounters, siege mechanics, siege equipment and siege engine. So let's talk about pricing. Now if you bought Life is Feudal your own while it was still in early access, you should have received one free ticket and a copy of the game. If you didn't buy your own version, then there are 3 tiers to purchase the MMO version of the game. Like most games, each tier gives scaling benefits, so let's cover them now. Pagan. First and basic package gives 10,000 God's Favour, which you can use in the cash shop to buy skins and some other benefits. You get 1 ticket, 30 days of subscription and a cosmetic weapon skin. Now, don't be fooled into thinking that the game needs a subscription. It doesn't. It will help you, but this is not needed to play. The ticket is basically a character slot. So with Pagan, you get 1 character and a 30-day subscription. The subscriptions I will cover later on in this video. Pilgrim is the medium second package. You get 15,000 God's Favour, a 60-day subscription, 2 tickets, so that's 2 characters. You also get the random weapon skin and 1 uncommon hat skin. With Zealot, this is the higher tier package. It gives you 20,000 God's Favour, 90 days of subscription, 3 tickets, the weapon skin, a hat skin and a random level 100 armor skin. These prices will vary depending on where you live. Obviously these prices are from the UK. Now, I didn't personally buy any of these tiers as I received a free ticket because I bought Life is Feudal Your Own when it was in early access, but I will be using the subscription. I'll also add that a ticket costs 10,000 God's Favour, so with each tier you could buy at least 1 new character. Subscription is a monthly payment which gives you a number of in-game benefits. Now it's not exactly pay to win, so if you've heard that label being placed on a game, take it with a tiny pinch of salt. With your sub, you get a random free armor set skin, which is just a skin. You get a random free weapon skin. You get some more storage in the trading post. Now I'm sure this will be useful if you do trade. I'm over 100 hours in the game and I haven't traded yet. You also get 150 cells for a private claim. This basically increases your personal claim from 100 to 150 cells. You get a power hour. This is very useful. You basically get 1 hour of double XP. It helps a lot. You also get death insurance, which stops you from losing a lot of skill points if you die. So it's not exactly pay to win, it just helps you level quicker. Again, you do not need a subscription to play the game. Character creation. With character creation, I would recommend doing a little bit of research before you go into the game, as some characters get bonuses from certain skills. Gotlungs, for example, get a cavalry bonus, Slavards is a footman, and the core is a slinger. In the end, it doesn't really matter who you choose, as each character can get to the same level, it's just some have starting bonuses. If If you're looking to join into a guild, have a look on the forums and the Steam groups before you spend your ticket and ask their recruitment for some information. Maybe they need a new hunter or a new blacksmith and they will be able to help you build your character. If they are not helpful or organised, it will at least show you some extra information about who you are trying to join. Personally, I joined up with the Kingdom of Jerusalem on the EU Avalon server and they have helped me out a lot. For military, I would just put points into whatever the character you have chosen, as it just makes it a little bit easier to get to the later levels. For the hard skill points, I would recommend all points into willpower. This will help you with your stamina, and you will need this to run away from bears. I would recommend putting points into artisan, as it is an easy skill to level up, as you will use it for a lot of things, but it opens up the later skills which unlock at 60, but I'll explain that a little bit later. There are also plenty of guides on YouTube for starter builds if you want to go out and try it on your own. But for now, that's the basics of character creation. Once you are in the game, you will spawn on the newbie island. This is the perfect opportunity to learn the basics like movement. Get into grip with the tab button, but try to follow the tutorials. These will help you level up some skills. Up to this point, you have not used a ticket, so if you've done something that you didn't like, you can always change or make a new character. If you die out on this island, you will probably lose a lot of points, as your piety will not be high enough, so run away from those bears. If you're happy to continue and you want to get to the main game, you can use one of your tickets. You need to make your way to the Tree of Life. That's that big beam of blue light in the sky. Go and speak to the ferryman, he's just a carved piece of wood. Spend your ticket there, pick your server, and you're whisked away to the main game. So this page basically shows you your character's building and civilian skills. Basically, your top section is your artisan, and they go from left to right. So in the top artisan, you go from 0 to 30 to 60 to 90 to 100. Each level gives you new abilities. Now the way it works, it's a bit strange, but basically this one, construction, you have to have level 60 in artisan to be able to get past level 30 in construction. If you got to level 30, you could only get to level 29.99 in construction. You would never get to 30. You have to get to 60 in the previous skill to be able to unlock the next one past 30. So if I wanted to do masonry and I wanted to get it to 90, I'd have to get 60 in artisan, 60 in construction, and I'm free to go all the way up to 100 if I wanted to in masonry. That's how it works. Nature's Law has basically all your food gathering. So your top ones, your farming, and your advanced farming, like your ploughing, and then your cooking, and then your beer making or your brewing. The bottom one is herbalism, healer, and alchemy. This very bottom one is hunting, and this is the hunting tab, so this is like tracking and animals. This is how to create animals and how to breed them. You've got warhorse training, and you've also got tailoring. So tailoring comes from leather. The second tab is your combat tab. Now it works exactly the same. For example, because I'm a core, this is Slinger. I need to get to level 60 in Slinger to be able to unlock Archer. If I wanted to be a Ranger, I'd have to get level 60 in Archer, and I could go up to 100 if I wanted to in Ranger. Your top section's your horse, so you've got cavalry, you got your knight, and you got your lancer. You've got your militia, spearmen, and guards. You've got footmen, you've got swordsmen, and then you've got the huscarl, slingers, and then you've got the assaulter, the vanguard, and berserker. These bottom tabs are unit formations, and that gives you bonuses for being in a group. Equipment maintenance, basically you can repair your weapons. Battle survival, how to treat bleeding, how to bandage wounds, and demolition. Pretty straightforward, how to blow things up. Your minor skills, they basically just happen over time. Movement, basically lifting things lifting objects. If you do a lot of forestry work, like picking up logs, this will fly up in no time. General actions, basically eating something gives you points, sitting down gives you points, so there's a lot of ways to get that up. Horseback riding, get on a horse, it'll level up. Swimming, authority, so this is basically for your people that are guild leaders and stuff like that, that'll help them. Piety, now piety is basically your religion. You need, see down here, this little button here, it'll be up here when you start up, and this is your alignment. Now alignment basically means if you get over a certain amount, I think it's like 10 alignments, you have got a chance not to lose any skills if you die in combat. So it's really important to get your piety up. You can pray most of the time, and the rest of it, mentoring is a school. That's a bit more of a later thing when you've got a nice guild running up. And then arts, you know, if you want to make nice decorations. You can see next to each skill there's these little up and down arrows. Basically what this does is this lets you stop the skill leveling up. So for example, if I get to 60 in artisan and I don't want it to go anymore, I can lock it, because we've got a skill cap. Each one is separate, each page, but we do have a skill cap. You can increase it with intellect. So if I wanted artisan to be 60, I could keep it at 60 and that would lock it, and then I wouldn't waste my skills going any further. So say for example you got construction but you want masonry, but you don't want to go over the 60, no problem. I'm now going to show you a few hints and tips that will help you through the first couple of hours of your game. First is making tools. To make a tool you need to collect some resources first. Most of them are sticks, flints and plant fibre. To collect the flint and the plant fibre you need to right click on the floor, search for materials. Once you've searched for materials they will pop up around you. As you can see there's a few of these stacks of rocks already on the ground. I've done it a couple of times before and I don't really need to get any more flint, but I'm just showing you how it's done. If you keep an eye out you'll see a few things move and a few things appear. So this is flint, click on it to gather it. You can see there we've collected one flint stone in the bottom right corner. This is plant fibre. You can collect from 1 to 5 plant fibre per stack. So I got 5 in that one, I only got 1 in that one. Let's try this one. 3 in that one. Oh, that one took a bit of time for some reason, and that was 3. You can also see here these piles of stones, that's sling ammo. So we need that because we're a slinger. So we'll pick some of that up. You see there's a little bit more there, so I'll pick that up as well. Missed. And what we'll also need is some branches. So there's a couple of trees around, we'll go up to them. You just got to right click on it. This is undergrowth, so you might not be able to get any branches. Yeah, we can actually, so let's get some branches. Now I've already collected a few as I was on my way up here, so you get the idea. You get a couple of branches. To equip armor or clothes, you basically have it in your inventory and you drop it over corresponding slots. This one goes over here, and as you can see they kind of light up as they do. To make tools you need to have the equipment in your inventory. So as you can see here I've got a couple of flints, quite a bit of plant fibre and a few branches. We'll click on this little button at the bottom, which is the anvil, and you can see these are the tools we can make. For now I'm going to make a sling. I'm just going to produce one. So we'll let that do its thing. Because we're by a mine, let's go for a pickaxe. You've got to keep this open while you're building. or while you're constructing or crafting. So once it's gone, you can close it down. Now, one thing that took me a long time to figure out was the hotbars, the hotkeys. Inside of Militia, there are a bunch of basically draggable tasks, I guess you can call them, or actions. These you drag into your hotbar. Okay. This, as you can see, says draw from your left back slot. That's this one, or this one actually, because that will be your left one. So if we put the shovel in there. Now a shovel's a two-handed item, so that'll go on your back. And say a pickaxe can go, or pickaxe actually has to go on your back as well. The axe can go on your waist. So there's that. Okay, so we've got 3 weapons equipped. All items equipped, and we've dropped them into here. If you drop them into here, I'll show you. If we take this off, it will break the hotbar. So if you put it in there, you can see that the equip from bottom is gone. And if you press 4, you just got to equip it, and it just gets put into a certain slot. So it's gone up. I know it's gone here, but it's just broken. Okay. So what you need to do is make sure you've got your so it's bottom right. That there, like that, and you can press 1, your shovel comes out. You can press 2, pickaxe comes out. Press 3, your axe comes out. Now that's only in combat stance. If you're going to say mine this rock, if you want to mine this rock here, you don't actually have to have your equipment out. You don't need to have your pickaxe out. So don't worry about that. You press R, by the way, to go into like combat stance. You basically right click and just dig a tunnel. So we'll dig a forward tunnel. So as long as your tools are on your slots, you can do whatever you need to do. Say if you need to chop some wood or dig some ground, they just need to be there. You don't actually have to go into combat stance. If you did want to go into combat stance, so say for example we've got here and we've got our little, I think this is our axe. The way you attack is mouse based, so as you can see those little arrows to the left and right of my head. If I do this, it's a right attack. If I do that, I'm knackered. The left attack, nope, absolutely shattered. Let that stamina build up. You can do like a thrusting attack, and you can do a downward like overhead strike, which is the most, oh, missed. Move my mouse a tiny bit. So the downward one is like the most powerful attack. So that's that. You can also, obviously, you can fist fight. So that there's a couple of options there. So I've just got some rock, okay? So I've just got some rock there. In my options, I can shape this rock if I wanted to by right clicking on the axe, and I can shape stones. So we've got shaped rock, we need 20 shaped rock, and we've got 30, so we'll produce some shaped rock. Our rock's been created. There's just one other tip I'd like to show you, and that's with the piety. In piety you can see there is 2 options: pray for homecoming and pray to your god, or praise your god. Take it and drop it into your slots. You will have one already in there, and it's a yield. Never ever do this. If you yield to somebody, they can punch you and knock you out instantly, so do not yield to anyone. Die swinging. So drag that and praise your god. Hit 7 or whatever button you want to put praise in, and they'll start doing a prayer. And unfortunately at this moment we're not successful in our prayer, so once this cooldown is stopped, we will try again. Well, that is some of the basics of Life is Feudal. I hope this video was informative, and if you're wondering whether or not to buy it, hopefully this has helped you make your decisions. I will say that this is a slow game, and it is very difficult if you wanted to play it alone, especially when you first start playing. But it is a very rewarding game if you can join an active or powerful guild. Which leads me to a perfect opportunity for a shameless plug to my guild, the Kingdom of Jerusalem, on the EU Avalon server. I will leave a link below to the recruitment page, and maybe I'll speak to you in game sometime. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming.